About a half century ago, there was a tradition here at Purdue called University Sing, and every year on Mother's Day weekend, the fraternities, sororities, and other housing units would compete singing. And there would be one selected song that each unit could find, and then there was a list of about 6 that you chose a required number from. So each unit would sing 2 numbers, and then there was kind of an elimination period in the Union Building, and then maybe half a dozen or so were selected for the finals in the music hall. And for a lot of these guys, it was their only opportunity to ever get up on that stage in the Edward C. Elliott Hall of Music and look at the other side of it. But our understanding was that tradition had long been lost. One of the other parts of that tradition was called serenades, and that's how this today is built, is that in those days, women had hours. That is, they were required to be back in their housing units by 10 o'clock in the evening. And the guys, probably at the turf club, or about 10 o'clock, say, why don't we go serenade some of the ladies at fill-in-the-blank house? So we would, and we'd get over there and line up out in the lawn someplace and sing about 3 or 4 numbers. And of course, by the ladies being required to be all in there by 10 o'clock, we had a captive audience. I mean, they couldn't leave if they wanted to. So that's why we're particularly pleased that you all voluntarily showed up today. So what we wanted to do is to come back, those of us in that era of the early 60s, and just to get together and enjoy ourselves, and if other people wish to be entertained, we'd be glad to do that. A guy named Al Stewart, who was the director of the Purdue Musical Organizations for about 40 years or so, used to have a favorite saying, no music without fun, no fun without music. And so that's what we're trying to do here. We're probably having more fun than the music we're putting out, but in any event, it has been an enjoyable experience. We spent a little time practicing just to remind people what the words sounded like. So we have about, half a dozen little things that we'll do, and you can always leave by the back door anytime, but this won't last long. So we're going to enjoy ourselves, and we hope you can enjoy it as well.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Exactly what year did the Delts win the University Sing?
Well, it was the year before I got there. And that was about 1959.
But we were robbed on 2 different years.
Okay, so we have a sequence, if you recall, we all agreed in the House. First of all,
Why?
Please. Don't egg us on.
engineering, science, chemists,
Industrial
industrial management, we have a pretty broad group of
PCM.
and all. And we did, however, do one thing. We invited a few of the undergraduates. They are our friends.
Yeah.
This group of guys in the center, we rely on them to provide substance. And don't let us down. So we'll begin with. And I think
Come out tonight when everything's still. See the moon come creeping over the hill. I'll be waiting patiently for you, for I love you true. Yes, indeed I do, my young love. Tonight, beneath the Everglades, see the moon, see how she promenades. You're the queen of all my escapades, my little Delta girl.
Ooh, we sound good.
Moving right along.
number 2
That was fun. That was.
is. Do you want to be?
Come along with me.
If you want to be a Tardelt, just come along with me. By the bright shining light, by the light of the moon. If you want to be a Tardelt, just come along with me. By the bright shining light of the moon. By the light of the moon, by the light of the moon, by the bright shining light, by the light of the moon. If you want to be a Tardelt, just come along with me. By the bright shining light of the moon.
Much faster.
Go time.
Okay, and next we have. Should be, this is waltz time.
You're my Delta Queen. Yes, my Delta Queen. In pearl, white, and gold. To me each day as I work and play, your riches will unfold. Should we ever part, it would break my heart. You mean so much to me. Sweetheart, while I live, all my life I'll give to my queen of Delta Tall. Sweetheart, while I live, all my life I give to my queen of Delta Tall.
Way to go, Hayden.
All right, that's good. What? Tell them this is university sing song.
Tell about the whirlwind and the story.
Oh,
Give them a little history on the
little, whirlwind was-
Back here, John.
Whirlwind was one of the songs that was selected the year before I joined Delta Tau Delta, and it did well. It won at the University Sing. It was led by song leader Joe Gorowski from Chicago area, and it was a Fred Waring, Ray Ringwald arrangement. Some of you may not be aware a little bit of history here. Back in the 50s and 60s, choral singing was reasonably popular, and you had some well-known artists and songwriters with Fred Waring. You may not know the name, but your parents would. Fred was a graduate of Penn State, and there's an archive of his music at Penn State, which they were kind enough to send to us. And in addition, there was Roger Wagner, Robert Shaw, Norman Luboff, and a variety of others with some really excellent four-part arrangements, not only soprano, alto, tenor, bass, but also first tenor, second tenor, baritone bass. And you can find all these things out there, and they're unfortunately not as popular today as perhaps they were then. One of the things that Orwell reminded me of is that whirlwind is a dust devil, a zephyr. I mean, for those of you who have any experience on a farm, on a hot summer day, on a plowed field, you'll see this little thing, like a little small tornado start spinning. And it'll spin rapidly and just kind of glide across the field. So the song Whirlwind is kind of based on that. So we'll begin.
Yes, you did.
Where do you come from? Where do you go? girl to me is like a dream, dream, dream. Got a shape like a Delta beauty queen. You should see her gown, it would really knock you down. Me and my girl from Delta Town. Me and my girl from Delta Town, 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 town. We walk for many miles around. We have our lemonade, blanket party serenades. Me and my girl from Delta Town. My girl to me is like a dream, dream, dream. Got a shape like a Delta beauty queen. You should see her now. It was always falling down. Me and my girl from Delta. Me and my girl from Delta. Me and my girl from Delta Town. Delta, Delta Tau, love fraternity. Hearts so true, true to you, burn with loyalty. Brothers who stand as one in our mystic vows. When a health we drink to you, dear old Delta Tau. Delta, Delta Tau, love fraternity. Are so true, true to you, burn with loyalty. Brothers, we stand as one in our mystic vows. When a health we drink to you, dear old Delta Tau.
It's our alma
Didn't know that.
Everybody should sing this one. You guys should all know this, right? You all know it.
Close by the Wabash, in famed Hoosier land, stands old Purdue, serene and grand, cherished in memory by our sons and daughters true. Fair alma mater, all hail Purdue. Fairest in all the land, our own
Okay, I'd first like to start off with some introductions. First, James Jenkins over here is our academic faculty advisor and a good friend of mine. He's here. And then, if I may, I'd like all of the house moms that are here to stand up and introduce themselves. And the reason They're here is they've done such an outstanding job with helping us get our We Honor Women program together. I had the rare opportunity of meeting with some of them over Christmas break. And the direction of the program changed about 180 out from what I had envisioned, much to the best. So I'm so appreciative for their input and their support. And behind, as a matter of fact, you probably don't know it, but they put together, what was it, over 1,000 cupcakes that was sold both at the vigil and at other opportunities, and raising money for the Lafayette Crisis Center. So if we could just pick a table and start and stand up, please introduce yourself. Yeah, ladies.
I'm Janice Brennan, House Director at Chi Omega, and Becky. I'm Becky Friesenfeld. I'm at Kappa Kappa Gamma. I'm Janice Smith. I'm Nancy Montag. I'm at Alphabet. I'm Carrie Sandberg from Sigma Kappa. And I'm Angelica Robotic. I'm over at Phi Sigma Rho. It's a girls' engineering sorority.
Okay.
I'm Sandy Olson. I'm the only house mom here for Theta Chi fraternity.
All right, wonderful.
I'm Linda Moore. I'm with AOPI. Cool. And I'm Marjorie Strauss. I'm with Gamma Phi Beta. And I'm Susan Reed, DZ.
Thank you so much. Ladies. Thanks for having us. Next, I'd like to have John Reynolds step forward. Why is that? Because I'm giving you some, that's why. For those that don't know or weren't at the serenade, John from California came out and was our song director. I know we tried his patience greatly, but he lived through it, and he still has some hair, right? Right?
No, it's migrating, it comes down here.
This is a note from Dave Keebler, and it says, John, my sweetheart Carol saw this, thought it'd be a nice memento for our great song leader. What do you think? And it says, fraternally, very best, Dave. And what they found, I think, is really outstanding. I don't know where they got it, but it's a Boilermaker music maker's book that I guess goes back and talks all about Al Stewart and the PMO organization. And what a fitting gift for John. I looked through it, and it goes back a long time.
Really? I didn't know that existed.
So thank you so much,
Thank you.
John.
And Dave, thank you. Thank Carol. Dave and Carol. Thank you. That's nice.
That's good.
That is great.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce Bill Hirsch. Bill is the president of our House Corporation. There's been a lot of things going on with the House in terms of fundraising and redecorating some areas and stuff, and I thought it'd be very interesting, particularly for the alums, to get a feel for where we are